Well, what's the difference between, say, a three-star hotel and a five-star hotel? And it can be quite subjective depending on where you are in the world. The best hotels in the world, they do it consistently, day in and day out. Hi, I'm Martin Mangan. This is Esquire's Hotel Stories. And Conrad Dublin is an iconic hotel in Dublin city centre. It's, I suppose what makes it special would go back to its inception. So when the Conrad opened in Dublin, it was the first internationally branded hotel to open in Dublin for over 50 years. So at the time it was, I suppose there was a lot of public attention. And back then, the hotel was operated by Hilton Hotels Corporation, which is now morphed into Hilton. And at the time, Eric Hilton, who was, I think, a son of Conrad Hilton, actually signed the management contract here. So, I mean, there was a lot of fanfare around that. I have lots of anecdotes and stories about my time here. Certainly some I can share with you, some probably not, because obviously the confidentiality of our guests is of utmost importance. But I mean, we've had a lot of high-profile visitors over the years. We've had past presidents. So we've had Bill Clinton has stayed here during his presidency. Hillary Clinton stayed here a couple of times. We've had numerous heads of state. But you know, we had Martin Sheen stayed with us. I'd say it wasn't long after I started, and at the time he was at the height of his fame with The West Wing, which, you know, most people will be familiar with. So we're waiting for him at the front of the hotel, at the driveway. We've been told he's on his way. We expect him any minute, and we weren't picking him up, so transportation was organized by a third party. So we're all waiting there, and next thing, this tiny little red, I think it was a Nissan Micra, pulls into the driveway and blocks the entire driveway. So a bit of panic ensued, and we're going, okay, need to move the car out. Martin Sheen is coming, you know, we need to make sure. So anyway, the doorman approached the car and says, please, can you pull the car forward? And the lady says, yeah, just a minute, I'm just dropping somebody off. So anyway, she gets out of the car and Martin Sheen pops out of the driver's side of the car. And he was doing some charity work, and the lady who picked him up, it was for Frontline Defenders, which is they do incredible work, and he is a big supporter of them. Equally, a lot of celebrities, they tend to hide away. He came down, he dined in the restaurant, he went around to all the tables, met all the guests. So you think about, you know, celebrities now, and he was probably, you know, one of the most famous people in the world at the time and most recognizable, and he was just the most down-to-earth person. So much so that he, after his stay and he left and he checked out, about a week later I got a handwritten thank you note from him, with his address on the back of it, saying, you know, if you're ever in LA, come and visit me. And I've never taken him up on that, but I just thought that was a very interesting story. I like to say hotels are boxes, and every hotel, you know, they're somewhat different, but in reality they're all the same. So you've got guest rooms, restaurants, bars, meeting space, all the components of great hotels. But what makes a great hotel is really the people. I think what we have here are an incredible team and an incredible staff. And I was very fortunate when I started in the Conrad Dublin 10 years ago. I inherited an amazing team. And to this day, a lot of that team who opened this hotel are still here. You know, we have great longevity, whether it's, you know, Gary on our team downstairs, guest services team's been here since day one, or Joe in maintenance, who's been here since day one, who actually worked on the building site here and then came to work in the hotel, or even John Hegarty, our front of house manager, who's been here for the last 30 years. You know, we have some amazing team members, and it is something that we hear time and time again from our guests, is the genuine warmth and friendliness of our team. And it's something that, you know, we don't just take for granted. We work really, really hard to ensure that we've got a culture where that exists.